Well, greetings, everyone. I'm Eric Witherspoon, the superintendent here at ETHS, and I'm joined today by Marcus Campbell, the assistant superintendent and principal of ETHS. And if that sounds like a long title, it's a big job. Marcus, how are you today?
I'm doing great. It's so good to have students and staff back here at ETHS. I just can't tell you how great that feels. You know how good that feels.
We know how good it feels. And I want to say to everybody who is listening in that we are off to a really good start. For parents who are listening in, I hope your young people, your children and your family are coming home with enthusiasm and good reports, because we are absolutely feeling and experiencing just a great deal of enthusiasm as we get the new school year started. And that, of course, is taking on extra meaning this year, because clearly we're coming out of almost a year and a half where we did not have regular school days here at ETHS. We did not have all the students back at one time and all the students walking the hallways at one time. Many, maybe through social media or whatever, had seen very little of their friends. And so to see all of this activity, while it's always exciting to start a new school year, it's really exciting to start this new school year. However, I think we all understand that the pandemic certainly changed a lot in all of our lives, and a lot in the lives here at ETHS. And so one of the things that we want to do is talk this evening about one aspect of the changes that we are in progress and making, and that has to do with our annual open house. So Marcus, you want to speak to that a little bit?
That's right, Eric. Knowing that we are returning to a different ETHS than we left more than a year ago, we have made some changes. First, for the health and safety of everyone, our classrooms and our building spaces are not open to visitors during the school day on open house day. Students, teachers, and staff have a regular school day on the Wildcat Monday schedule. Will families have the opportunity to connect with teachers for the open house? Of course. Teachers are pushing out slides and videos and other formats which can be addressed and assessed at any time. So teachers and staff and parents can access that information at any time. And we hope that every family takes the time to get to know who the teachers are, what they teach, and how the block schedule looks in their classrooms this year. We know how important these first few weeks of school are for the rebuilding of the classroom community. Our students and staff continue to build relationships and settle into the new block schedule. We want to continue to do that, and we want to make sure we make space and time for that.
That's just simply so true. And clearly, there are a lot of exciting changes this year. There are a lot of changes that we're making based very much on the well-being of our students and the well-being of our staff. One of the things that we're really concerned about is that we make changes to adjust to the current situations. But at the same time, as Marcus said, we want to be making meaningful connections within the school and with families of all of our students as well. We know how important those connections are. So several things are going on. Not all of this should be a big surprise, but we are all wearing our masks here at ETHS, and of course any activities we have, such as open house activities, we would be asking everybody to be masked as well as you come into ETHS. But with all the changes, and some may not be exactly what people want to see, although we think we're being able to make some changes that they're probably going to be all for the better. That certainly is our goal. But with these changes, we know that everybody has been dealing with different life situations. And I was reminded of a quote by Maya Angelou that I shared in my opening remarks, a letter to the students on the first day of school. And I want to share that with you as well. Maya Angelou said, "You have your humanity, and you must not allow anything to reduce that. We are obliged to know that we are global citizens, and disasters remind us that we are world citizens whether we like it or not." Well, she didn't write that in the context of this pandemic, but it just speaks volumes to us, because indeed the entire world is being impacted by this pandemic. And one thing, though, I want us to take from her wisdom and her words is that in spite of the pandemic, we indeed do have our humanity. It's our common purpose to take care of one another, to take care of ourselves, to take care of those beyond our immediate experiences and in this country alone. I know that we're doing it, and I know that Maya Angelou reminds us that we do have an amazing opportunity here to actually turn this pandemic and these experiences into ways to make this school better and to make the world better.
Thank you for that quote, Eric, which fits so well in how we've talked about humanizing ETHS after we have spent so much time apart. And with this in mind, the evening portion of the open house will also look and feel different this year. We're seizing this moment to re-envision the evening portion of the open house as well. This year, we're excited to announce that the staff caucuses will host a meet and greet with our students and families. The Black Caucus, the Latinx Caucus, the Asian Middle Eastern Caucus, each will hold a space to connect with families. This creates a safe space for the caucuses to rebuild community in their affinity groups, so when they come here together as a school community, it can be with greater self-awareness, less self-judgment, and stronger confidence. There will also be an anti-racist session for all who want to better understand the conversations we are having as we work toward our equity mission here at ETHS. And as I said to our staff on our opening day, ETHS recognizes that in this moment of our lives, we must build a foundation and a school community focused on care and relationships to restore, heal, and create new ways of being in community with one another. This new approach to the evening open house will help us do just that.
And I must say, I am so excited about this new approach. It was actually generated by our own staff, as well as leaders in the school. And what it really does is it speaks to who we are and who we want to be. And so I am just thrilled that we can try, in the context of the pandemic, this new and different approach. But I am hopeful that it is going to be so successful and people are going to feel so connected that we're going to be able to continue this or something much like it in the coming years. My hope for this school year is that we really do each reaffirm our own humanity, that we literally do strive to build a stronger school community, that we really understand that we have an opportunity here. And this is a great school. Everybody knows I'm biased, but my bias aside, this is a great school, and students here have experiences beyond anything that they could find in other places. But we also know that this great school can even be greater. And that's my hope for this coming year, that we literally do commit ourselves to that we commit ourselves to giving each other abundant love, and that we feel that abundant love from one another, because that's what makes us human. Love and compassion that builds understanding. We're doing it today. I've been all over the school since it opened. I'm feeling it, but I also know that it's something that needs to be deliberate, and it's something that needs to be nurtured. We can't take it for granted, but we can indeed express that love throughout the school. And as we re-engage, we're striving to motivate our students even better and more. We're trying to address the issues that happened last year. We're trying to show thankfulness and appreciation for our staff, all of our teachers who showed so much creativity and perseverance, and even in their own lives with so much going on, they were committed to making sure that this school didn't lose its purpose or its heart. And now that we're back, we absolutely are going to have embedded in our instructional planning supports and partnerships for all of our students, for all of our staff, and for all of the families at ETHS.
Yeah. So we look forward to sharing more with our students and families about how we are setting the future vision and goals for the student experience at ETHS. These will be driven by 4 guiding principles: social emotional learning, equity, literacy, and college and career planning and readiness. Thank you to our students and thank you to our families for your continued support and care for this very special school community. Remember, what has been always a hallmark of this school is its commitment to continuous improvement, including the lunches. The lunches are getting better this week, everybody. So let's continue to remind ourselves to choose love as we work to sustain this work throughout the school year. And as always, we will do it the Wild Kid way. Go Kids.